In today's video, I want to talk about starting small or start small. So, transforming from laziness to discipline isn't a sprint, it is a marathon. And marathons are won by pacing, not speed. Those who run marathons, they take it at a pace. So, starting small is also like running a marathon, that you start small and eventually you make a difference. So it's not about making huge drastic changes all at once. Instead, it's about making small manageable changes that gradually build onto each other. It's like when you, for example, I give when you go in the bathroom to floss a tooth. So you find that you will end up flossing all your teeth, and it is something that you will keep doing and it becomes like a habit. So it's like also starting small. You start with the one thing and then you go to the other and then you go to the other. When you floss your teeth, you start with one tooth and then go to the other and then you go to the other. So I have some points that I've noted down that I want to share about the power of starting small that I'm going to talk about here. So as I look down, I will be pointing out these points to share. This is because there are things that have started in my life, and it started it small and it became a habit. And by starting it small, I realized that each achievement, it made a great impact and built more confidence in me to continue doing what I'm doing. So one of the things that I would say is starting small allows us to take that crucial first step towards a big achievement without feeling overwhelmed. When you start doing something small, it's different from when you have a huge pile of something to do. It's like when I'm doing laundry. I would say I have clothes all piled there. But then when I sort out and start washing, putting in the machine to wash bit by bit, by the end of the day, I finished all the pile that is there, but I had to take small bit by bit. And that is in everything that we do in our life. You just have to consider taking it bit by bit to come out from the lazy habit and start to create a habit which will sufficiently grow and become something bigger than what you did not expect actually. Also starting action builds confidence, creating a ripple effect that leads to a larger accomplishment over time. Yeah. When you start to take action, you build the confidence. I just mentioned it for to allow you to keep doing this on and on. And when by starting small, then you realize, oh, I accomplished it, then I can take another pile. I remember when I was young, during the weekends we used to help our parents digging in the garden, and when we could go to the garden, I remember, you see, the garden is all full of bush, and maybe either we are going to dig cassava plantation or banana plantation or potatoes. It depends, or beans. So we have to take off the grass in order for the plants to grow well. But then it's not just a garden from here and there. It's like an acre, but then we want to dig the whole day. So when we start digging, they give you your portion and you stand with the hoe and look, and then you're like, why did the weekend come? Like these days here, my children look forward to weekend, but for us, weekend was to work, to help in the gardens, by digging. And then when you're there, you have to do it, but you look and I'm like, oh, when will I finish this? The bushes are all over. But then you start bit by bit, bit by bit. We could dig, like we go maybe from 8 o'clock and we are digging, we take a break, we are eating fruits, because we had fruits all over, mangoes, this and that. we go and eat fruits and then come back again, and then we dig. And then maybe by 12, mom sends us home to go and fetch water and help with house chore before she comes back with food to start making food. So it's about starting bit by bit. So this has made me reflect how we used to get scared when the weekend come to dig in the garden. It was like, no, I don't like the weekend, because you're waking up to go and dig. So going to school has been helping you hide away from doing this, but now the weekend has come. So when we start digging, then you realize that you've accomplished and you're happy. So another thing I would talk about, that each small step brings you closer to your goal, providing that consistency, that consistent effort is more powerful than immediate perfection. Sometimes we want to do things and complete it immediately there and then, but then forgetting that when you do it in bits, it's going to help you manage it and you accomplish, and each time you're not tired, you're not stressed, you're taking into your own pace. Just like I said, it's like running a marathon. You take it at your own pace, but you have the goal to reach. Beginning with small tasks help develop discipline and habits necessary for tackling larger challenges. I will just give example with this YouTube channel that I started. I started with, so if you go back to my videos, you know how I started. But right now it has become a habit, and I feel like it's now getting to the stage where I feel it's demanding. I've created the confidence and it's a habit. Sharing more and more ideas of the things that I'm doing and the experience of what comes or lies within my life or every day, or my experience, or which has been positive, into accomplishing certain goals in my life. Big achievements are results of small, steady progress that accumulate into something greater than a sum of its parts, So a great achievement is a result of the small part, the step you took at once. It's like baby step. You take a step by step until you reach. The babies practice, they put one step and then they fall down, and then they might not even again get up, and then they don't give up, they continue. So starting small will take you off the lazy zone or the comfort zone, which you're either trying to avoid to get to. Another point is the power of starting small lies in its ability to transform long-term dreams into achievement goals or achievable goals. That one just talks by itself. When you start small, it gives you ability to transform into long-term goals. So I started this YouTube, but then I already have some other things I'm thinking out of the YouTube channel, which as a long-term goal, now I'm looking towards, which I will be maybe able to share here when that goal is on its way, or is now there, Small wins inspire persistence, showing that even that the grandest goals can be reached one step at a time. You get inspired by doing the small things. It helps you become inspired, and you become persistent. I'm now persistent with coming up with the content based on the things that I'm doing, and I feel like I need to share this because now I'm inspired by the small beginning. When I started the channel, it has now becoming persistent in me, and I find that I have to come up with the content which is going to guide and help people also learn and make sense in other people's life. Maybe somebody is finding it difficult to start something and they actually have the idea, but just the laziness to come out of that comfort zone and start something. So start small has really a lot. So the incremental progress keeps you moving forward, reminding you that every big success is built on foundation of small beginnings. Yeah, I remember back home, I used to see how my parents used to start doing something. Oh, for example, building, for them, they never had like machines like this. They could just have friends to build, call neighbors, and then they help to build. And then I look into how they are starting to dig the foundation, and they didn't have this kind of machines that dig the ground and this or what. It was just small holes they are digging with around to start digging the foundation, and this could take them some days. But then afterwards, you see that the first hole they put down to dig, it now became a big achievement after a long period of time that a house is standing, but it was just a hole, one hole that dug the first time, that whoever dug the first. I remember home, usually when they're going to build, even when my father, I did build for my father a house, and when they are going to start, when they were going to start digging, that was way back, maybe 10 years ago. They let him first be he was the first person to dig the foundation, as like he's the one to first dig, to put the hole down. It's like maybe a kind of a tradition or something of the sort, that meaning it's his. So he was digging, and then afterwards, he allowed the people, the builders, to continue doing it. But it was that small hole that started digging, and then afterwards, now he's living in a house which he's very happy in it, but it was something that started so small. So everything we do, you have to start small. You can have this big vision, you can have this goal or this plan to achieve that goal, but then remember, you have to start small. Like right now, I'm building up my YouTube and planning of how to come up with the contents, and now anything that I experience in my life, or I did experience before, that I remember that I've achieved, I just come up, and the moment the idea comes up, or I get like my mind gets into it, or something connects to it, I say, wait a minute, I need to create a content for this. So this is what I wanted to share about starting small. So based on the point that I pointed out, and as I said, you go to the bathroom, maybe there's something that has gotten stuck in between your teeth or your tooth, then you floss, and then you end up flossing the whole teeth, and it becomes a habit. Each time you go to the bathroom, you're flossing, and not only one tooth, it's the whole teeth you're flossing. So this is for today. I hope you're able to start and get out of the laziness. Be blessed. Bye for now.